Hey, everybody. Uh, I found out that this lovely lady passed away uh, in the pink headdress with her lovely daughter, Shonda, and my longtime friend. Just passed away. I just saw this today, and I thoroughly uh, upset. I told my mom, and no one told us. But Miss Campbell goes all the way back to my childhood, all the way back to when I was, I would say, 7, 8 years old. And I was staying with my auntie Almeter, and circumstances were such that she couldn't take care of us anymore. Watch, it was me and two others, not other kids from other parents, of course. And Miss Campbell stepped in. My mom had just started working for United Airlines, and said, "Hey, send Zinni over here after school. Have him come. We'll come and get him." And that led to some very fun times for quite a number of years until about a year or so after before we left. Uh, I would say 2 years before we left for California, which pegged that about 1972. And so, and she had a big family: Michael and Shonda and Sharon and Janet and Danelle and Bob and Ronnie, unforgettable. Some are still with us. Some have passed on, but we all had nothing but great times over there. And then we go over to the Robinsons and play basketball. And of course, because I wasn't interested in being an athlete or a basketball player, I just went over, to be one of the crowd. And I was always picked out to play defense, and boy, they would always score on me. And the funny thing happened is I got better. But then I go back, and Miss Campbell always had something to eat. Um, was always there to talk and listen, and and uh, over time be a friend. And as opposed to, I think what my original fear was, she was going to be a disciplinarian, and she really didn't turn out to be that. Um, because I really didn't try to do anything wrong to begin with, but uh, uh, I came to have a great deal of love for her, and respect and understanding for what she was going through, and essentially uh, having her husband there and then not, and left to raise 6 kids on her own. But she, to know her, it was never, it was just part of her life, but a big part, not just part of her life. And she never made it seem like it was a burden. She seemed like it was easy. And that's a heck of a compliment to pay. She loved children. She loved people. She liked to laugh about people. She had a big, loving laugh, and ha ha, and a very matter of fact way of putting things, um, that reflected the times, and particularly in South Chicago. And I just really, really miss her. And I'm sorry I didn't make more time to go down and visit. And I was so busy. Well, as my mom said recently, you're so into your career, it kind of crowded out other things. And this is a sad reminder that she's right. It's a sad reminder that she's right. And yeah, I can only do so much, but uh, well, she's survived by a lot of great people. I'm sorry I missed they had a reunion, I think down in Florida, that I missed because I was working. I was working. and a lot of people down there didn't get a chance to see, like the folks I just mentioned, and folks like Wade and others, all people from my childhood, all great people who've gone on to do a number of great things, or new people who did great things, which makes them great. That's how I look at it. So I'm sorry I had to find out this way, but on the other hand, thank God for Facebook. To be honest, that I had to find out, I was able to find out in some kind of way. Uh, this is very sad, very sad. And I have to note that she took me, Miss Campbell took me and others to see Michael Jackson and the Jackson Five at the Chicago Amphitheater, not far from the Chicago Stockyards. And if you heard anything about the Stockyards, then you know the Stockyards were Payusa. But the last thing I thought about was that fact. On that day, all I thought about was I got to see the Jackson Five. I got to see the Jackson Five, and that was a ton of fun. And that was because Miss Campbell took me and Sharon, I think Janet, and I believe Shonda, and a few others to see the Jackson Five. We sort of piled into the car. That was a lot of fun. Well, uh, Miss Campbell, thank you so much. And Lord's got a new angel in heaven. Thank you.